What's going on, No DQ Galaxy? Big Geoff here. I am here today with Interstate Kyle and Cindy G. How are you guys doing this lovely eve, or is it afternoon for you guys? Evening?
Kyle?
5:30, kind of getting towards the evening.
Yeah.
It's around dinner time.
Pretty much.
Cool. So we'll start off. Do you guys, Kyle, what were your overall thoughts about the Greatest Royal Rumble?
So I actually woke up pretty late on Friday. I mean, I tried. I thought my body was going to wake me up, but I ended up missing the first two matches. But I watched them later because, I don't know. I thought that the event was. I kept putting in my mind that it was a house show, so I didn't want to get my expectations really high or anything like that. I thought it was okay for what it was. I don't really want to talk about the controversy about the women because we're just here to talk about the event. I mean, that's a different topic for a different video. But I thought the event was okay for what it was. I mean, if I had to compare it to WrestleMania 34, I would honestly put WrestleMania 34 slightly above this show. Not very much, but very so slightly. What do you think, Cindy?
Well, honestly, it seems to me that the Greatest Royal Rumble, it seems to be like another regular pay-per-view. Again, it is a glorified house show, but in a different country with so many stricter laws, which, again, we're not going to talk about politics or anything like that. That's another time. However, I feel that this year's Royal Rumble is by far better than the Greatest Royal Rumble, even though it has some moments, but it's just another ordinary day. I mean, I had to get up really early just to get to school, find a place where I can watch the Greatest Royal Rumble for the first hour and a half before I gotta go to class, and then all that. So, so far, it was a meh in my book.
Okay, alright. Well, I'm going to wait till the end of the show to give my overall thoughts. So, let's jump right into this. The first match of the evening, we had John Cena versus the Game Triple H. They both came out to big pop. Cena came out, there was kids standing there. Triple H came out with his usual entrance. I thought it was a decent match. Two legends going at it, two part-timers. Both of them lost at WrestleMania, so one of them had to get their win back. They did the test of strength, which I haven't seen in a while, which was pretty cool. Both of them, they kicked out of each other's finishes. I liked how Cena did the slingshot into the corner and then did this AA and got the pinfall. So those are my thoughts. Let's start with Cindy G. What do you think of the match?
Honestly, this is a great opener of the match. Especially, you guys saw that we have freaking pyro, finally. Overall, when you guys saw the Cena's doing the entrances with the kids, you saw that he did ask one of the kids, what is rule number 1 or rule number 2? And in my initial reaction, I was like, really, Cena? You're just going to talk about your 5 or 6 page rules that you have to implement like we all saw on Total Divas or Total Bells or whatever the heck you... Anywho, so far, that match is actually reminding me of a classic NWA matches where Cena and Triple H are going at it in a very old school particular way. And you guys know that the crowd reaction are very decent between Cena and Triple H. At first, I thought that we're not going to hear the, John Cena suck chant or let's go Cena, Cena sucks. But then during the match, of course, everybody did chant let's go Cena, Cena sucks. So even though it's in a different country, but it just goes to show that they keep following up with the whole update. And one of the highlight I would like to point out is that when Cena did the second STF submission hold, Triple H did counter with the crossface, which I think it was pretty impressive, especially you have both, I would say, modern day legends going at it. And of course, and at the end, we all know that Cena did his fourth 8A, and then won. And my original pick was Triple H, of course. And so I actually regret my pick. I should have picked Cena in first place. And I'm going to have to give a quick shout out to, of course, my brother, Brian. You're right. Cena is better than Triple H. So sip to that. What about you, Kyle?
Well, I thought the piece of the match was your very stereotypical Triple H match. I mean, he really likes to just like ground and pound type of thing. It's like Triple H matches aren't very fast paced. I mean, it's like typical like grappling and stuff like that, and submission holds and various other holds. I thought the match was fine. I thought it was actually a good choice to open up the show because you kind of got the crowd really into the show. Yeah. And it definitely a lot more heat than I was expecting. One thing I noticed, though, that this crowd really just kind of popped for the mainstream superstars. Like, they didn't really care about, like, the lower card wrestlers or wrestlers, like they. But, yeah, I thought it was a good match to open the show, and I think it did its job. And what do you think, Big Jeff?
Well, like I said, I gave my opinion earlier. This match went for 15 minutes and 45 seconds, so it was one of the longer matches of the night. Also, I mean, it's kind of historic in a way because they were the opening match for, this Greatest Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia. So next we had the singles match for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. You had Cedric Alexander versus Kalisto. Let's start with Kyle on his thoughts, and we'll go from there.
Well, I'm probably going to get heat for this, but I still don't care about the Cruiserweight division. I really don't watch 205 Live at all, except for the YouTube clips. I don't go out of my way to watch the show, and so I really did not care about this match. We were all kind of wrong about who we thought was going to be in the facing Cedric Alexander. We don't read that and stuff, or like someone else was going to face him, but we were all kind of wrong about that. But the match is still fine for what it was. I mean, they're great talents. I just can't get into them very much, and it's sad to say. And I'm being completely honest with you guys. What do you think, Cindy?
Well, at first when I heard about Kalisto, it's going to be the one that's going to challenge Cedric for the Cruiserweight title, I was like, you got to be freaking kidding me. Kalisto out of all people, like we all thought we're going to have either Mustafa Ali or even Aryan Daivari to be the competitors. But, of course, Kalisto with his good lucha moves, as what everybody else like to call it. I mean, it was just a regular, ordinary Cruiserweight match. However, you guys noticed that the only wrestler that has the pop for that match is just Kalisto because of the whole lucha chant. And when Cedric came out, you guys hear no pop at all. Because I guess they don't even know like who is Cedric Alexander is, or if they even pay attention to 205 Live. I don't know, but overall, it was a pretty decently good match. And you guys saw that Kalisto did a modified springboard Spanish fly on top of the turnbuckle. That was like one of the highlights of this match. But of course, at the end, you guys saw Kalisto was about to do his Solera the Soul finisher, but Cedric did counter with the lumbar check and retain the title. So overall, good match. A lot of good lucha moves from Kalisto, and yeah, it's just another ordinary match. So what about you, Big G?
Well, I'm gonna agree with you guys both ways. I thought it was for what it was a decent match. Like you said, Kalisto did get a good pop when he came out, or a decent pop. Cedric, on the other hand, he really didn't. If you think about it, when everybody watches 205 Live, you can tell that there's really no big pops because, for one, it's already after SmackDown and everybody's already tired. And two, I mean, don't get me wrong now, everybody on 205 Live is very athletic at what they do. I think it just comes down to the booking.
Yep.
And I think now that Triple H is taking over, I mean, yeah, it's going to take some time to get it where it needs to be. I don't think it's going to be up to NXT standards, but it's going to get to the point where people will start caring about it again. Um, Other than that, I mean, you did talk about the modified Spanish Fly. Um, it was a decent match for me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna remember this match like 3 months down the road now. Obviously not. But other than that, I mean, there's nothing else for me to say about this match. So next we had the tag team match for the vacant Raw tag team titles. We had The Bar versus the Deleter of Worlds. And obviously, everybody was right.
Mm-hmm.
Bray and Hardy won. I thought it was a decent match. You know, just your standard tag team match. Bray and Matt Hardy do have some good chemistry. They are really hot right now. I do like their entrance. You know, you have Matt Hardy's entrance, and then they go to Wyatt's, and then back to Bray, or back to Matt Hardy. Sorry. And their finisher, I'm not so hot about it. I mean, he's got him in the wheelbarrow, and then he does a twist of fate. I liked it better when Wyatt put him in the Sister Abigail and then threw him into Matt Hardy, and then he fate. Those are my thoughts. Cindy, let's go to you.
Well, it was a pretty entertaining match per se. I mean, first of all, the entrance for Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt, for me, I feel like it needs to be a little bit tweaked up because you have Matt Hardy doing the whole delete first, and then Bray Wyatt, like, with the lights off, and then fireflies, flashlighting, and then back to Matt Hardy. I just feel like it needs to be a little bit tweaked up to it, so not to make it too, like, all over the place. So that's just my opinion about their entrances. However, with the match. So the match was pretty entertaining, especially the part where Matt and I think it was Cesaro, they did exchange back and forth with, Matt saying, delete, and then Cesaro say, the bar, delete, the bar, delete, the bar. And especially on Twitter, everybody's having fun, like throwing random words out there, including myself. I just say cookies because I don't know why, I was hungry and I was like about to go to class. But anywho, so far we all know that Bray and Matt won. I mean, it's no brainer. I mean, they did work together very well as a cohesive tag team now that Bray is face and Woken of all people. It was just a more of a feel-good moment. However, with the elevated twist of faith finisher, I mean, I was even a huge fan of it. I was expecting, the Sister Abigail turn twist of faith double team finisher. But, it is what it is. But overall, it was a good show. I can't wait to see who's going to be the next rivalry between Bray, Matt, and whoever tag team that's going to challenge. Maybe Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn. Who knows? And as far as for the bar, well, they're on SmackDown Live. They're going to do much bigger, better things. Since now the tag team division is officially good for once.
Yeah.
What about you, Kyle?
So I think that this match was very interesting. I mean, it's taking me a while to get used to the manner, but I'm really liking what they're doing with the Woken Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy thing going on right now. But at the same time, I'm trying to think of long-term booking here, like how long that this is going to last. And it does have a shelf life, I think. I mean, we'll see how long they can keep it interesting. I think if they do something new every week, I think it'll help them in the long run.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to see where they go with who's going to be next challengers. I mean, this is almost a situation where I kind of wish Sanity was drafted to Raw so that they could feud with Woken Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt, because I think that would be a really good feud right there. But they're on SmackDown, so there's nothing we can really do about that right now. But I thought it was a delightful match, to say the least.
They did their expedition of gold. Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Every April, as he put it in the That
was pretty funny when I saw that on YouTube.
Yeah.
All right. So, on to the next match, which it was for the United States Championship. You had Jeff Hardy defeating the hinder of Jinder Mahal. It was your typical WWE match, no biggie. You had Jeff Hardy botch the Whisper in the Wind, and apparently on Twitter or something like that, Jinder Mahal said he was playing possum. So I guess to cover himself, he said he was playing possum. Sure, whatever. I'm glad Jeff Hardy is on SmackDown Live now. He's better as a singles competitor. It looks like he'll be facing Orton at Backlash. Orton turns heel that way. They'll have a good feud, just like they did back in, I think 2008, I believe it was. So, nothing else I can say about this match. Interstate Kyle, brother, what were your thoughts?
Last year, Jinder Mahal made me lose my hair. And I didn't cut my hair because of Jinder Mahal's match, but I might as well have because this guy sucks. It's like he gets progressively worse every week. But it seems like definitely most wrestlers get better as time goes on, but it looks like he's getting worse. I don't know if it's just me or what. I don't know. How did this guy get the push last year at this time? I just don't know if Vince saw in him, or besides the whole foreign heel shtick, which has just been done to death at this point.
Yeah.
That was just so bad and embarrassing. I'm just like, what did I just watch? Type of thing. It's just, I don't even have any words to describe it. I'm just glad that Jinder Mahal is probably just going to get beat up on every week on Raw now.
Yeah.
Again, what do you think, Cindy?
Well, okay, so let's talk about the entrances. So, pretty decent pop for Jeff Hardy when he came out. As far as Jinder, well, instead of calling Jinder Mahal, and this is shout out to you, TJS, because he did officially give Jinder a nickname on No DQ live chat, Jinder Mayfall. He did have a lot of boos from the audience, especially when Sunil Singh did came out, give his introduction to the modern day Maharaja. More boos. And then when Jinder Mayfall came out, more boos than ever. Yep. So overall, that match kind of reminds me of another ordinary episode of SmackDown Live. Well, give or take Raw, SmackDown, since both brands are different. But so far, when I saw that Jeff did botch the Whisper in a win, you saw that Jinder did quote unquote purposely foul after Jeff misses that move. My mind was like, what the heck are they thinking? This is probably the biggest botch I've ever seen. At first I thought this was going to be the botch of the night, but we'll get into that later on, which you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But overall, I don't even care less about the match. We all know that Jeff is going to retain the title, even though Jinder was about to do the claws on Jeff, but then Jeff did counter with the twist of fate, and then he did the Swanton Bomb to retain, which, thank God, I'm happy about it. Now that United States title is now officially on SmackDown Live, I'm looking forward to what's going to happen with Jeff Hardy, especially we have the match at Backlash against Randy Orton. Don't know what's going to happen, whether it lead on to it. As far as Jinder Mayfall goes, as I mentioned earlier, Jinder may be going to have a feud with No Way Jose, even though there is a teaser between a few of No Way Jose and Baron Corbin, but I feel like Jinder may be going to get involved into it, either that, or probably he's going to have a feud with maybe Bobby Roode. I hope not, but overall, we'll see what's going to happen. But again, I'm very happy Jeff retained the United States title, and thank God we're not going to see Jinder Mayfall getting another title ever.
He's the cure for insomnia.
So
really
this is what. So
He's
when I was doing the when I was doing the review with the other guys, when I said what Mahal is going to be, he's going to be lunch meat or dog meat for Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman.
Interesting.
He's going to be dog meat for them.
That's a step for the step down for both of them.
Yeah, but I mean, he's a mid-card jobber, so honestly, I could care less about Jinder Mahal at this moment. So we didn't mention this, but I don't know if you guys remember. I think Michael Cole had mentioned like the late great Sergeant Slaughter.
Oh yeah.
They've corrected him and said it was Bruno Sammartino, and then we had 4 Saudi Arabian prospects come out, and they were getting interviewed. And then you had the Daivari brothers come out.
Oh, yeah.
With the Iranian flag. And talk about getting major heat. That was major heat. It reminded me of Iron Sheik back in the day. And even when Sergeant Slaughter was a heel back in the day. Do you guys have any thoughts on that?
Well, I was in class, but confession, I did watch that part because it was just lab day, and I know half of my classmates were on their phone, including my teacher was on my phone, so I just quietly just put my phone by the corner where my books are, but with captions, no audience. But anyway, when I saw that, of course, number one, Sean Daivari made his return to WWE TV, that was pretty surprising. So my question is he going to be coming back on WWE TV, or he's going to be on 205 Live, maybe having a tag team with Ari and Daivari? Because I've noticed now, and I do watch 205 Live just occasionally, that they're starting to have more of a tag team develop. You have It's the Lucha House Party with Lindsay Dorado, Grand Metalik, and Kalisto, and then you have the team of Hideo Itami and Akira Tozawa, and then you have Gentleman Jack Gallagher and the returning Brian Kendrick, and etc. etc. So this brings a lot of question for me that if Sean Daivari is going to be back on WWE, or probably it's going to be a one-time thing. Regarding seeing the Iran flag, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Iran flag in Saudi Arabia? That brings a lot of heat. I didn't hear the cheers or anything. Again, I was in class, but my mouth was gassed that I even dropped my pencil. But overall, it was a pretty interesting segment. Again, there was a lot of heat going on with that flag and all that. But overall, I think it was just another filler, for the commercial and stuff like that. But what about you, Kyle?
I think it's pretty ballsy of WWE to do this, especially in the Middle East, considering everything that's been going on there in the last nearly 20 years at this point, basically my whole lifetime. It's just there's a point where something like this can almost turn me off of it. If you're going to introduce the wrestlers, then just have them beat up Jinder Mahal or something, don't try to intentionally make people angry, because especially in people in Saudi Arabia who are trying to build towards something that's better than this. I feel like it's their. I don't really want to get too political, but that's just my brief opinion on it.
Yeah.
All right. So I can't remember when it was, but backstage we had Chris Jericho do his backstage segment with Mike Rome, a.k.a. Tom Phillips. And he did. You just made the list, which, by the way, I should have brought my list of Jericho out with me, but that's all right. People will start making the list of the Big Jeff here pretty soon.
Put it on
other than that, huh?
Put it on a t-shirt. The list of Big G. Put it on t-shirt.
There you go. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
All right. So next we had the tag team match for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships. We had the Usos versus the Bludgeon Brothers, and we had the Bludgeon Brothers retain. I figured that the Bludgeon Brothers were going to retain just to keep their momentum going, because, if you think about it, ever since Fastlane, they've been squashing the Usos, literally. I don't know. There's really no chemistry between the two. Now, when you had the Usos versus the New Day, you had some chemistry going. Don't get me wrong, Usos are my favorite tag team of, this timetable area right now. Like when they came out, man, I was head bopping. Even on Spotify, sometimes I'll just like listen to their song because it's just like I like it. I like it. Absolutely like it. I can see the Usos possibly facing the Bar down the road, or even New Day again, and I can see the Bludgeon Brothers facing Sanity when they come up and debut. You know, you got two weird teams. I mean, yeah, you have the Deleted Worlds, but then you also have the Bludgeon Brothers, who are creepy as heck, versus the Chaos known as Sanity. You have, I mean, Alexander Wolf, Eric Young, Killian Dane. Oh my God, that'd be freaking amazing. Those were my thoughts. Like I said, it was a decent match, standard match. Let's start with Interstate Kyle. What are your thoughts, brother?
Wow, what the thing was for the entire event. I just looked back and I'm like, wow, look how good the Wyatt family looked on this night. Like every member of the Wyatt family.
Yeah, absolutely.
On a title tonight, like walked out as a champion, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah. I'm just looking 2 years ago, the Wyatt family like wasn't even on television, and now every single member is holding a championship. I'm just like, wow, man, how times have changed. But I mean, I'm happy for Eric and Rowan. Wow, I really didn't.
Eric Rowan, yeah, Eric Rowan.
Eric Rowan.
Harper and Rowan, thank you. There we go. All right. I don't know how long they're going to hold the titles because I just feel like, you know, no matter who faces them is going to look pretty weak. I mean, I'm just going to take the titles from them. I mean, we have the club, we have the Bar, we have Sanity, we have a few good tag teams. SmackDown. SmackDown's tag team division. Wow, I cannot talk today, apparently. Division is a lot stronger than Raw's. And I just think that the Usos versus the Bludgeon Brothers, like, I predicted that the Usos were going to win. It's a match I was wrong about tonight. But I just feel like that the Usos probably, I just hope that they get something going for them because they really need the momentum back after they lost a lot of momentum in the last 2 months ever since Fastlane, like Big G mentioned. And so, yeah, I thought the match was okay. It wasn't great, but it's just like the WrestleMania match. I mean, we all thought it was going to be like a show stealer, but it only ended up being 5 minutes, much like this match. Yeah. So I just hope that going forward, both teams can have better matches, and especially the Usos, they can hopefully recover from this. So it can be.
Yeah.
Well, overall, the match was, you know, just a very standard match. I mean, again, I was in class. I was like, you know, multitasking between completing my work and watching this match. And overall, I'd rather do my work than watching the match because it wasn't even like going to give that higher expectation. Except for that one of the highlight I would point out is when the Uso did both super kick to Harper and Rowan, followed by, I think it was Jay did the splash to Harper until Harper did kick out. Overall, I mean, again, you guys mentioned it, there was no chemistry going on between the Bludgeon Brothers and the Usos. Like, we all know it's going to happen, even though they did have, like, you know, a brief storyline going on, including Naomi getting involved with the whole distractions and whatnot. But now it's just these guys on their own, and we all know that it was going to be expecting that the Bludgeon Brothers going to retain the title. Like, I just hope that this feud, like, after the Greatest Royal Rumble is over already. Hopefully there's not going to be another match between both of them at Backlash, because if it happens, then I'm just going to be losing more interest in that match going on. Unless if they have, like, you know, a very solid, like, storyline going on, adding one more tag team to the mix, like probably with Sanity, making it as a triple threat tag team match for the SmackDown Live tag team title, and that just brings more of a notoriety, especially with the Usos, of course. If they could take out anybody, including those big men, like from the Bludgeon Brothers or even Sanity, hell, they could prove that they're like the most dominating tag team out of SmackDown, of course. But, anywho, Bludgeon Brothers retain. Oh well, but, yeah.
Alrighty then. So, the next match on the card we had for the WWE Championship, we had AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura, ending in a double countout. Let's start with Kyle. What were your thoughts about this match?
This match, excluding the finish, in my opinion, was a lot better than the WrestleMania match because of the face-heel dynamic. I think it made for a lot better storytelling, and I love Nakamura's new entrance, like especially at this show, like where they introduced Nakamura's entrance at the very beginning, like with the music video playing.
Yeah.
And coming out. That was fantastic. I loved it. Like he's just embracing heel character so well, and who knew that Virtue was right about Nakamura? Like he predicted this a couple of months ago, and he was right all along. Shout out to Virtue's Rage, Big G's. It says it all right there. Anyways, this match itself was a lot better than WrestleMania match just because of the face heel dynamic, but lost a lot of steam right there at the end. Like, it literally went like a much better match, and then it just lost all its steam. Double count out. I get it because they're having a rematch at Backlash only 8 days from now. Yeah. So it's like, okay, they're just continue the feud. And I figure AJ Styles, these stupid baby faces would have a cut now, but damn Knockballs has got to get by the ball. So, what do you think, B?
Who, me?
I said C.
Oh, me? Okay, I thought you said G because the audio and stuff like that. But, all right, so anyway, so... Yeah, so first of all, I really love Nakamura's new theme entrance. It's so much better, especially like with the music video playing. Like, holy crap, like that was like one of my new favorite WWE theme song ever. Even though like once they released the music video, and especially like the song is in all Japanese, you guys know that they're making more memes about that lyrics of, you know, Nakamura's obsession with giving AJ the low blow, of course. Anywho, that match, and I agree with you, Kyle, this is way better than their match at WrestleMania 34, because now that Nakamura is heel, it brings, like, more of a credibility for that match, especially, like, you know, with both guys giving, like, this huge animosity, just going at it against each other, especially with Shinsuke, cocky heel attitude so far. I just wish AJ Styles would have wear his freaking cup, so that way Shinsuke would not low blow him, of course, but lesson learned, oh well. But anyway, the match was pretty good so far, up until at the end, of course, you know, the double countout. But right before the double countout, you guys saw that AJ did spear Shinsuke on top of the apron, and then which Shinsuke did land it to the Saudi Arabian commentating table, which is one of the highlights that was pretty impressive. But then, of course, after the whole double countout, you can tell that AJ is really, really frustrated with the results of it. I mean, we all know that AJ is going to retain the title, but the ending is not what I expect it to be. But I guess it would be like a whole continuation going on, since like both AJ and Shinsuke will have another rematch at Backlash. So I think it's like a good way to just, you know, continue on with this whole storyline going on. So overall, again, better than WrestleMania 34 match, but the ending is kind of like not impressive, but kind of like a good way to just continue on to Backlash. So what about you, Geoff?
Well, first of all, like we all said, I like Nakamura's new theme song. I'm glad they got rid of the freaking light show. Mm-hmm. My God, that was annoying as hell.
Caesars fans.
It was better than WrestleMania 34.
Mm-hmm.
I said that earlier in the other video with the other guys. The ending, I didn't expect. I figured AJ was gonna win either with the phenomenal forearm or the cat crusher or the Styles Clash, but came to a double countout after the match. AJ Styles went nuts, beat up Nakamura, and now we have the rematch at Backlash.
Knockaballs.
I have a bad feeling that Nakamura might finally win the title at Backlash. Mm-mm. I don't want him to.
Well, Mm-hmm.
I like AJ Styles as the champ, you know, but if he does lose, you know, then he can chase the title as a babyface. Now that Nakamura is the heel, I mean, you can have so many matches with Nakamura as champion now.
But here's the thing. Like AJ Styles been for 172 days as of this video. He recently just passed Jinder Mahal's lengthy reign. Thank God.
Thank God.
He's not really close to getting any records, but for some reason I have this thing that WWE is obsessed with trying to break Punk's record for some reason. Everyone's saying
close to that with Lesnar.
Well, the thing is, different time. It's a universal title. It's not the WWE title. I don't know why people are so rocks about to beat Punk's record. I'm like, okay, sure, maybe in a world title perspective, yeah, but I think if anybody could possibly break Punk's record, and I don't think people would be too upset about it, like, because AJ Styles would be a good candidate for that.
Yeah.
Especially with Samoa Joe and the club coming SmackDown. It's some very interesting dynamics of AJ's opponents, like, going forward and stuff like that, too. Especially with maybe a Friday Cena almost coming up from NXT. Yeah. There's still a lot of potential. Even AJ Styles versus Randy Orton, we still have to see that.
No.
Like, well, we saw it after last year on free TV, but it didn't really mean anything. I mean, a heel Randy Orton versus a face AJ Styles for the WWE title at SummerSlam, I don't know. That intrigues me a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, because I feel like that AJ Styles WWE title reign. I mean, Nakamura can still do a lot of great things as a heel. Maybe, especially with Jeff Hardy, maybe being the US champion or something like that. I think that could work well for him too. But I just don't know if AJ Styles is going to be losing the WWE title anytime soon, especially after it's held for quite a long period of time now. I mean, like I say, he's still a ways away from breaking any records or anything like that. But it'll be interesting to see what they do moving forward. So we'll go on to the casket match, I believe, which is next.
Well, I did miss one match beforehand, and
you did.
We had the ladder match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. You had Seth Rollins defeat Finn Balor, The Miz, and Samoa Joe. Well, I thought it was just a regular match. There was nothing spectacular about it. I don't know if NXT, when they did their ladder match, if they overexposed us and we were expecting too much out of this. It was for what it was. Like I said, it was a decent match. They did have some cool spots with the ladders here and there. I did like the ending where Rollins jumped up on the top rope and then onto the ladder and hurried up there instead of going 1, 1, 1. Oh, I barely touched it. Oh, let me go back up. 1, 1. I swear, you got to make it look like you're hurting, stuff like that. But if you want something, your buddy's going to zoom right up there and grab that thing. And that's exactly what he did. And Finn Balor, I feel bad for the man.
Me too.
He hasn't, like TJS said, he hasn't got his rematch for the Universal title. And then he looked stupid because he didn't know what he was doing. When Seth was grabbing the title, he just looked there and, what am I supposed to do now? And, I mean, now we have Rollins versus The Miz at Backlash for the IC title, which is really weird because Miz is on SmackDown Live.
Yeah.
But I guess he still gets his rematch title, which I thought was really weird. But we all kind of figured that Rollins is going to retain at Backlash, obviously, unless they want to pull something out from behind and have Miz go back to Raw. But I doubt that's going to happen. Let's go with Cindy G.
Well, okay, so you guys, before I get everything started, AJ versus Shinsuke's match, that's when I got out of class. The ladder match is when I was almost getting out of class. So anyway, I feel that the ladder match is actually not the greatest as I expected. I know we were all expecting as the ladder match from NXT TakeOver NOLA, but with that particular match, I feel like it needs some improvement so far. And, of course, Seth Rollins coming out looking like another Power Ranger, this time the color yellow. But anywho, I'm very impressed with some of the moves from Samoa Joe when he did powerbomb both Seth and Finn, like from the turnbuckle to the middle of the ring. That was pretty impressive. What I've noticed is that when Finn was about to did the coup de grace to Samoa Joe, you saw that he was bounced back from the ladder. So that's kind of like one of the slightly a botched moment from him. But I feel that this match didn't bring as much excitement as I expected to be. But regarding The Miz, I know he's putting a good fight, especially like we all saw that Miz was about to grab the Intercontinental title belt, but of course Seth did trying to attack him, and then Miz did knock him out, and then of course Finn started attacking him and whatnot, so it became a complete mess. But the most shocker of it all is like the finish of the match, like where you saw Finn was like climbing up the ladder, and then you saw Seth climbing, and you saw Finn being all clueless and all that stuff, but then Seth did grab the title. That's it. Making Finn look dumbfounded. So I feel that, the way they're booking the match was not the best, but not the worst. Because, The Miz and Samoa Joe are now on SmackDown Live. And surprisingly enough, The Miz is having a match against Seth Rollins for the IC title, which we all know it's just going to be another throwaway match compared to the whole United States title match between Jeff Hardy and Jinder Mahal. I feel like it's just going to bring another one, but without any botches so far. As far as what's going to happen with Finn Balor goes, since now that he's on his own, I feel like Finn is going to be lost in a shuffle, and it sucks so bad. But overall, that's my opinion about it. So, what about you guys?
This ladder just be decided. Maybe I was just spoiled with the New Orleans takeover ladder match from NXT. I mean, that was just an amazing match, almost 5 stars. But this match, I mean, I guess the problem with this match, I guess we all knew Seth Rollins was going to win. I mean, I guess ladder matches are more fun when things are a little more unpredictable. But we already, pretty much that goes with every match. We all know who is going to win in every match on the show here. But, yeah. I just think Finn Balor really needs to turn heel or something to, rejuvenate his career or something, because I just feel like he's just going to keep being lost in the shuffle and just be another guy on the roster. I mean, when he came over from Japan, he was so, he had a lot of momentum, and he's the longest reigning NXT champion, for God's sakes. And he's fallen off a cliff very fast here, and now that he's lost his boys and they went to SmackDown, he doesn't really have anything going for him right now, and it's pretty sad. Seth Rollins, I know, is going to do good things with that title. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Seth Rollins holding the title from now until at least summer, maybe longer. Who knows? But Miz and Samoa Joe. I mean, Samoa Joe is facing Roman Reigns at Backlash. Miz is facing Seth Rollins again. So they already have things to do, and I suspect once Backlash is over, Samoa Joe will be kind of in the main event picture on SmackDown. So I don't have any worries for Samoa Joe, and Miz will be just fine because he's the Miz. I mean, all he has to do is cut out there and cut a promo, and he'll stay relevant. Finn Balor, I posted that thing on Twitter, and good lord, I set a Twitter record for my personal account of how many retweets and likes for that. Sorry, TJS, I know that was your meme. I apologize for still your meme, but hey,
shout out to you,
all
TJS.
Fair and love and war.
Yeah.
Yes, who could not be here today because I guess some sources tell me he's preparing for Wrestling Trivia Challenge.
Team TJS.
Anyways, and I'm so sorry about your Wrestling Trivia Challenge. Tough break, man.
All right.
Sorry about that.
I'm better off doing discussions with everybody. Some people, they're really good at trivia, keeping all the knowledge from, my God, years and years. But me, I'm more of a discussion type of guy. I like discussing things with people.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So,
Yeah.
on to next match. We had a casket match. Undertaker defeated Rusev. Obviously, I went against the grain and I just picked Rusev out of the blue. See what happened. This match was under 10 minutes. It was 9 minutes and 40 seconds. It was for what it was a decent match. Undertaker looked okay. Rusev got more offense than I thought he would. Aiden English came in. He tried to interfere one time, and it kind of worked. And then the second time, he got a choke slam and a tombstone. And he, and then what happened? Oh, and then Aiden English got thrown into the casket with Rusev. That's how the match ended. That's all I'm going to say about the match. Let's go with Interstate Kyle. What were your thoughts?
I was actually quite surprised with this match. I mean, I really went into this match with very little expectations, but, I mean, obviously, Taker is not in the shape he was 10, 15 years ago. But I think that this may be, like, he's going on a final run here. Like, this may be his last run if he wants to do, like, maybe 5 matches this year. I know the last time he did more than one match a year was 2015, and I thought I'd be 2015. So maybe this is just a one-time thing because, but as far as Rusev goes, I mean, we really all predicted that Undertaker is closing this match. Good lord, that tombstone looks terrific. But I think he's okay. Based on all the reports, I think he's okay, and there's nothing wrong with him or anything. So, best wishes to him if he's hurt at all. But yeah. I mean, I thought it was kind of silly how Rusev stayed down from a choke slam for, like, what was it, 90 seconds maybe after he was attacking Aiden English, and he just kind of sat skip for 90 seconds after just a choke slam. Not even a tombstone pile driver like that. But, I mean, I thought Taker looked pretty good. I'm just judging it based off his age, but if I'm just going, like, obviously he's not going to be in the shape he was 10 years ago or anything like that. But I thought it was a good match for what it was. It exceeded my expectations, and I set my expectations pretty low. So what do you think, Cindy?
Well, okay, so if you guys are wondering how many minutes Undertaker coming out and again to the ring, well, the start of the gong to the end of his theme entrance, 5 minutes and 48 seconds. That's how long Undertaker takes for his entrances. But
Roman Reigns WWE title reign.
Yup. Anywho, overall, it was a pretty decent match going on. Undertaker still got it, but I have a feeling that he is trying to take it much into a safer route, knowing the fact that, his age is one of his factor, and he's trying to take it easy for not taking a really hard bump in some of the moves so far. But with the jab between him and Rusev, that shows that he still got it going on for that, especially with, taking a choke slam on Rusev. So this match is pretty by far decent, especially have his Aiden English being involved, trying to protect Rusev for not having the casket closed. And sadly to say is, Rusev got into a casket after a choke slam from Undertaker, I think for the second or third time, and then you saw Aiden got involved, and nope, Taker grabbed him, choke slam, followed by the tombstone, which, that tombstone, that's gotta hurt big time for Aiden. And then, of course, and let me take off my sunglasses. Rusev Day is now rest in peace, and this is a very sad moment. Even though I choose The Undertaker to win, but, rest in peace, Rusev. Rest in peace, Aiden English. Rest in peace, Rusev Day. Even though Rusev Day has been over for, months now, but then you got everybody is believing, Rusev is gonna be, coming back from being buried, but Rusev is still buried and he's still a joke in WWE. Surprisingly, he is part of the, the main card, one of the top star because of the whole Rusev Day chant and probably the merchandise But so far, I don't know what's going to happen with Rusev, to be quite honest. Like, are they going to book him as a joke or whatever that's going on? But I don't know. But as far as for Taker goes, I have a feeling we may not going to see the last of the Undertaker. We're probably going to see him again next year, probably the next WrestleMania, or who knows? I don't know. We all don't know, but oh well, that's my thought about this match so far.
Alright. Good. So next we had the steel cage match for the WWE Universal Championship. Mm-hmm. We had Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman defeating Roman Reigns by escaping the cage. So, what in the blue hell? If you escape the cage, aren't you supposed to have both feet touching the floor? Mm-hmm. Yes or no? Thank you.
Yes.
Well, if you look at it close enough, you see Roman Reigns' foot is touching the floor, whereas Lesnar, his whole entire body is laying on top of the cage. That's my first thing. Next thing, we had the finisher feast of the greatest Royal Rumble. We had, 4 suplex cities, or German suplexes, sorry. We had, 5 Superman punches, 5 spears, I want to say 3 F5s. You had Roman Reigns throwing Brock Lesnar into the cage at least 3 or 4 times, and then you had his final spear, which knocked both men out of the cage, and you could physically see Roman Reigns' foot on the floor. Mm-hmm. But WWE's logic is, well, if nobody knows the rules, then we're going to say Lesnar's going to retain. So, where do they go from here? I could give a rat's booty about where Lesnar goes from here. For all I could care, he could be Universal Champion for as long as he wants, because he's never going to lose the damn title. And Roman Reigns, he's going to beat Samoa Joe at Backlash, and then he's going to keep on being Brock Lesnar's little, I can't say the word here.
Dog.
Yeah, thank you. Female dog. Let's go with that.
The big dog. Big dog.
Oh, thank you. I'm so tired. I'm so sick and tired of Michael Cole saying, "Here comes the big dog. Here comes the big dog." I am so tired. I'm so frustrated.
I'm just thinking of doing the
and he comes out to the show music 2.0, and I could just go on and on about this. I'm so frustrated.
I'm losing it right now.
I mean, like I said, Lesnar is going to be a Universal Champion for 5 years because he's going to keep on signing these big-ass contracts, getting paid so much, coming... The next time we're going to see him is probably at SummerSlam. We won't see him at Money in the Bank. The IC title, you have the IC title, and then you'll probably have 2 ladder matches or 3 ladder matches at Money in the Bank, for all I know. But I got that off my chest. I don't care who goes, Kyle. Take it away, buddy.
Wow, did we just see the debut of Big G's Rage or something here? What's going on, man? I've never seen you explode like that. That is awesome. I love you guys. I love this show. We are the 3MB of NoDQ.com, baby. Anyways, oh man. I am not Jinder Mahal. I'm just saying that right now. Okay. Okay. This match, I mentioned this earlier. Jinder Mahal, we gotta bring him up again. Every time he seems to get worse. like their first match between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar was their best. WrestleMania 31. I thought it was a good match.
Mm-hmm.
I went to their live. The heat was amazing. Of course, Seth Rollins came in and saved us all. He can't do that this time. He doesn't have the money in the bank. All he has is the Intercontinental title. So damn it, we can't even have Seth Rollins save us from this crap.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's all it is at this point. And even Paul Heyman interfered on Brock Lesnar's behalf, and he never does. Like, when does Brock Lesnar need Paul Heyman to slam the cage door on him or something?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't even remember the last time Paul Heyman's interfered in a Brock Lesnar match, because he doesn't need to. Brock Lesnar has the credibility to beat up people without Paul Heyman getting involved. Whatever. I just want this crap to end. Like, maybe Braun will take the title from Brock or something. Like, this, stop with this Roman Reigns crap. I'm tired of the ooh ah and the fist shaking and all this other crap that he does. I could have said something else, but I'm not going to. It has. Never mind. You know what, Big G or Cindy or whoever wants to talk, just go right ahead. I said all I needed to say.
Well, let me go ahead and take a large sip.
I kind of lost my voice on that.
But anyway, so you guys set up what I really wanted to say for a long time. Like, that match, this is another freaking standard Brock versus Roman match. Like, for God's sake. Like, I feel that, okay, first of all, this match was not the best, but it's a little bit worse than their WrestleMania 34 match, but still, their WrestleMania 31 match is like slightly better than these two matches. Like, I feel like I'm watching another episode of Monday Night Raw because, like, for number one, I don't see any huge momentum moment. Only, like, I see is Roman doing another Superman punch, a spear, Brock Lesnar with, like, suplexes, F5s, like, what the hell is going on? And, you know, and as I mentioned it before, the Universal title has already lost its credibility already. Like, for the first time I could say this, thank God the United States title finally retained and got the credibility back. But now the Universal title, it's already lost its credibility ever since, you know, Brock Lesnar beat Goldberg at what? WrestleMania 33?
Yep.
I have a feeling, I could tell that that title was about to lose its irrelevancy, that there was, like, nobody can even challenge Brock Lesnar due to his freaking unlimited schedule. Like, from time and time and time, I prefer having a full-time WWE wrestler just held that coveted Universal title. I mean, hell, that WWE Championship title is already in the high rank. Intercontinental, the tag teams, and also the United States title, and then the Cruiserweight. And now you have is what? The Universal title. And also, like, both of the women's title is, like, in between, like, you know, the Intercontinental and the United States title. I just wanted to throw it out there, so no sexist comments or anything. But anywho, I honestly wish that, like, there has been a better competitor for Brock Lesnar for trying to relinquish the title. I mean, come on now. Brock Lesnar, like, I'm sorry. I'm getting to the point where I'm getting really fed up with Brock Lesnar, especially with his unlimited schedule so far, because for the simple fact that, number one, he is a part-timer. Number two, I don't know what the hell is WWE thinking of having, like, you know, having Brock Lesnar being the Universal Champion going on. And it's like, it's already, I'm sorry, it's just, I'm already losing respect for that title itself so far. It's, like, already in a bottom range, like, give or take. So, guys, in the comments section below, what do you guys think? Like, should WWE have, like, a right direction regarding the Universal title or whatever? But, anywho, end rant on my take. Hopefully, we're not going to see another Brock versus Roman match ever again. I know Roman's going to have his match against Samoa Joe at Backlash, which we you know what's going to happen next. And then, give or take, I don't know what's going on. Like, for crying out loud, I'd rather see Brock Lesnar versus Finn Balor, which Finn Balor should have had a freaking rematch for a Universal title ever since his return from injury, and now I don't know anymore, but that's all I gotta say with my end.
Match either. Like Kevin Owens.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, if you think about it,
thank you.
If you think about it, now they have to wrestle to get their rematch clause. Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Usos had to win their match to get their rematch, and Orton had to win his match to get his rematch. Which I think WWE needs to go through the car wash, and they need some new, fresh ideas. They need some new writers. I don't know what else I could say.
Here's a good way to get Brock Lesnar to lose the Universal title. Just throw a drug test in the ring.
There you go. He'll fail the drug test.
Roman Reigns will fail that too, so the title becomes vacant.
If you think about it, out of all the champions that have held the Universal title, Kevin Owens has been the only decent one. I mean, if Finn Balor, if Finn Balor hadn't gotten hurt, who knows where the Universal title would be at right now. So we finally got all that off our chest. Thank God. Mm-hmm. Now to the greatest Royal Rumble match. This match lasted an hour and 17 minutes and 20 seconds. So we had the number 1 entrant, Mr. Daniel Bryan, and we had the number 2 entrant, the scratch off Dolph Ziggler. They were both number 1, number 2. Daniel Bryan, he lasted an hour and 16 minutes and 16 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
And he was eliminated by Big Cass.
Of course.
And, Dolph Ziggler, he lasted 21 minutes and 44 seconds. He was eliminated by Kurt Angle.
Yep.
Alright, so we'll just go through some big names and then we'll hit the match. At number 7, we had Hiroki Sumi. I guess he was a sumo wrestler. He only lasted 46 seconds. He was eliminated by Mark Henry.
Yeah, and I checked, and he wasn't even signed with WWE yet, but he was in the sumo wrestling industry for 13 years, but I couldn't even find any information except for looking on Wikipedia, but it was all in Japanese, but I did use the Google Translate to know who he is and stuff like that, but I thought at first he recently got signed with WWE going with NXT, but then again, I've been digging through it. It was hard for him to know who he is, except for, with the different wrestling outlet in Japan. So, I guess, welcome to WWE, Hiroki. I don't know, but yeah.
And then we also had Mark Henry in there. Mm-hmm. He lasted 3 minutes and 27 seconds. Kofi Kingston obviously had his big spot where he was on top of Xavier Woods' back. So, I mean, nothing memorable like the other years, but, he still had his little highlight moment. He lasted 16 minutes and 34 seconds. Then at number 12, we had Hornswoggle come in, and he was eliminated, and he only lasted a minute. Kurt came in at number 16. Wow. Mm-hmm. He lasted 7 minutes and 59 seconds. We had Goldust, Elias. He came in, and he lasted 34 minutes and 4 seconds.
Including his long concert entrance.
Yep. From NXT, we had Tucker Knight, which was a surprise.
One half up
of Heavy Machinery.
Yep.
He had 10 minutes and 8 seconds. He lasted. Number 28, we had Rey Mysterio. He lasted 20 minutes and 25 seconds, so it was cool to see Rey Mysterio, even though we knew he was going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Number 34, we had another NXT, Roderick Strong. He got no pop, no nothing whatsoever during the whole match.
System.
He was in
The
there.
only way he was over the top rope.
Yeah. He was in there for 3 minutes and 59 seconds. We had Orton Slater. We had another NXT guy, Babatunde. He's been just doing NXT house shows.
Mm-hmm.
He lasted 5 minutes and 53 seconds. We had Corbin in there as well. He lasted 7 minutes and 8 seconds. From NXT, we had Dan Matha. He lasted only 2 minutes and 1 second.
And who was it before Dan Matha?
Yeah. Oh, Mike Kanellis. There. He only lasted 3 seconds in there.
Mike Kanellis was number 6.
Yeah, he was number 6. But Santino's record is still not broken with 1 second.
But R.I.B. Mike Kanellis' push.
Yeah. Number 41, we had, Braun Strowman, obviously. He won the match.
You forgot number 39.
Yeah, he was in there. No, he was 41. He was in there 22
my God.
14 seconds.
39.
Don't worry, I'll get to him best for last.
Okay.
Bobby Lashley was in there.
It's killing me.
Great Khali came in there. He only lasted 31 seconds. Then we had Kevin Owens. We had Kevin Owens, Shane McMahon, Shelton Benjamin, Big Cass, and Chris Jericho. Jericho only lasted 3 minutes and 18 seconds in there, which was a shame. So, number 39, Big Titus Worldwide. Well, he was running down the entrance ramp like a complete fool, tripped over his own foot, and slid under the ring. Was he looking for Hornswoggle? Was he looking for his career? You know, because if the clown was down there too, saying, "Hey Titus, come down here. Here's your career." He lasted. I just lost him. Where is he? Where is Titus O'Neil? I just lost him.
He's under the ring. Don't you remember?
Oh yeah, he was on for 4 minutes and 42 seconds. So we had 2 records broken in this match. The first one, Daniel Bryan beat Rey Mysterio's record. He lasted 1 hour and 16 minutes. And Braun Strowman broke Roman Reigns' most elimination chambers by having 13. I thought it was a decent match. You know, we had the surprises. I'm kind of mad that Jericho didn't last longer. But then again, he's working on his Fozzy stuff. He's got his cruise coming up, so... Elias had a good showing too. Man, I'm really losing my voice. I don't know what the hell Bobby Lashley was doing. He almost killed Big Cass.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, he literally landed on his head and they called it a brainbuster, but he botched the heck out of that. You had Orton and Rey Mysterio do like a combo 619 RKO on one of somebody. I can't remember off the top of my head. Oh yeah, Braun Strowman. Yeah, thank you. That was pretty cool. Mojo Rawley, I could give 2 craps about now.
Oh God.
Who else?
Chris Jericho had the best line of the night in the interview. By the way.
Yeah. Oh, and then Kevin. Shane McMahon did a coast to coast on Braun Strowman.
Yep.
Later in the match, Braun Strowman literally threw Shane from the top ring post into the announce table, which was a pretty good spot. It seems like every time Shane's on a show, he gets thrown through a table. I guess he likes that. I guess he likes being thrown through tables. What happened?
No, go ahead. I'll save it for later.
And then when Jericho came out, Kevin Owens was looking like he saw a damn ghost, and he was like, "What are you doing here? Get out of here!" So they had their little brief interaction. We saw Daniel Bryan and Kurt Angle go at it for a little bit. Trying to think what else. I mean, that was pretty much it. Taya Dillinger came out at 42, so there goes the whole 10 gimmick thing at the moment. Kurt Hawkins was in there, but I could care less about him.
But he got scared, like when he saw Braun Strowman, he started running, and then you saw Braun chasing him.
Yeah, absolutely. Rude was in there. Fandango and Tyler Breeze were in there. You had Ascension in there. You had the Revival. You had
the Club.
I don't know why they're still being called the Miz Taraj, but yeah, you had the Miz Taraj. Tony Nese was in there from 205 Live. You had Gulak in there from 205 Live. Oh my god, I'm losing my voice. Sin Cara was in there.
Meh.
Rhino, Heath Slater, you know. Other than that, I mean, like I said, it was a good match for what it was. It flowed, so it wouldn't be too much of a cluster in the ring where you. Because I figured at one point they were gonna have like at least 20 people in that ring, but it never came to that, which was pretty good. All right, I'm gonna stop talking for right now, and I'm going to give it to Interstate Kyle. Go ahead, buddy.
Oh man, this one thing I feel like this Royal Rumble lacked was a little bit of star power, because I just felt like at least 40 of these entrants were curtain jerkers, if you know what I'm saying. Stealing off from Triple H. But there was some pretty cool spots in this Royal Rumble. Like, I'm pretty sure the internet was exploding when Daniel Bryan and Kurt Angle were doing their little exchange in there. I really hope that because we can have a chance to work together in the future.
Yeah.
But I hope that, but Kurt Angle's getting up there in the age, so I don't know. It's obviously not going to be a classic like it would be like 10 years ago or anything like that. But that'd be cool if they had a program with those two, like in the future or something. Maybe at Survivor Series, who knows? I'm just going through the list here on my phone of the entrants and stuff like that. Like I said, I feel like this Royal Rumble really lacked a lot of star power. I mean, if they're relying on the Great Khali to be star power, that's not the way to go. I thought the NXT people actually looked pretty good. I mean, the only person I really knew I had to look it up was Roderick Strong. I mean, Baba Tunde looked pretty good, and so did Dan Matha. I think that's how you say his name. But they were both eliminated by Braun Strowman as soon as Strowman got in the ring. Man, Shane McMahon just let him go through tables. I guess he just likes going through wood. You know, Big Cass kind of spoiled everyone's hope to see Daniel Bryan to win the whole thing. I mean, when I did a Royal Rumble pool on NoDQ.com with Aaron and the guys, Daniel Bryan was actually lucky number one, but he lasted all the way to the end until Big Cass eliminated him. And my God, his chest looked like it hurt him.
Oh my God!
Holy crap! Like, we talked about that, but it was his chest. I can feel it. But then again, in the interview on WWE YouTube channel, he was smiling the whole time. So I guess he's just happy to be there. He really is. Man, considering that he went over an hour in this match, he did not look like he missed a damn step. If you know what I'm saying.
No.
And his endurance was amazing. Like, he didn't really get tired or anything. I mean, it was stereotypical, but they were in an hour, so they're gassed out and they're just on the floor at the time and stuff like that. And Braun Strowman looked like a beast in this match. He set the record for most eliminations in a single Royal Rumble. Chris Jericho was only in there for 3 minutes, which I was kind of sad about. I was just laughing at Kevin Owens when he said, "Go back to Japan," when Jericho was about to enter the ring and stuff like that. And man, everyone was going at Kevin Owens here towards the end. It's just kind of funny. No Sami Zayn, but that's due to some other thing, some reasons that Sami Zayn was not able to go to the show. But I think Kevin Owens did just fine on his own. And good Lord, Titus O'Neil, they need to make a shirt with him or something. If I'm just saying this right now, if tomorrow, or not tomorrow, on Monday, if Monday Night Raw, the audience in Toronto doesn't start chanting Titus World's Long, it's doing all this other stuff, chanting Titus O'Neil, I'm going to be the Montreal crowd. But this is probably going to be, I wouldn't be surprised if Titus got a small push out of this. Probably not the push he was thinking, if it makes sense. But it'll be kind of funny to see where but WWE might not be able to solve. But I think it's pretty interesting that this is probably the most I've ever been interested in Titus. It always happens to him. this happened when he was on the regular NXT show, like before it was a separate brand. It was just like not a reality show, but you guys know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. The same thing with
Competition show.
And yeah, and then Titus, Titus has just been known to have some really weird moments in WWE.
Mhm.
Then he was doing that stupid vomiting thing during that Thanksgiving thing a couple of years ago when he was still with Darren Young. Then, of course, that stupid suspension with the shoving of Vince McMahon. Like, Titus is just I swear, Titus is like a highlight reel. He's not trying. It's like he's not trying, but he's just one of those guys where it just happens to him. It seems like it's just funny to watch. It really is. But I'm really happy that Braun Strowman won the Royal Rumble, greatest Royal Rumble. I think it's the right choice. Whether we see him doing anything with that title, I do think it's just a prop prize.
Just the prize.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Vince McMahon was in there, and I'm not too sure who the authority. I don't know if it was like a person of high authority in Saudi Arabia, who was in the ring there. I'm not too sure who that was.
I think
maybe
it
somebody
was.
can tell us in the comments.
Probably.
Yeah, but it looked like someone pretty. It looks like someone important or whatever. But yeah, the trophy actually looked a lot better than the women's trophy. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
And the title, I love the green strap, but it's probably just a prop. It's not going to be defended or anything like that. So I think the right person won, Braun Strowman. We'll see where he goes from here. I really hope that this is going to be leading to something, maybe Braun Strowman gets another push for the Universal title and please beat Brock Lesnar or something. But Strowman winning was the right choice. I mean, this like I said, the one thing I'll remember from this Royal Rumble more than anything is Titus.
Oh my god!
Worlds live.
There were a lot of botches on this Royal Rumble show in general. There really was. So yeah, that's just pretty much my take on the Royal Rumble match itself. Cindy, you can go ahead and take it away.
Well, I would say this, and I say it in the beginning. I feel that the Royal Rumble is actually better than the greatest Royal Rumble out. But first of all, the crowd reaction. The only crowd I could hear that does the countdown are kids, because when they count down to 10, 9, 8, all the way to 1. I could only hear kids counting down instead of adults, the usual Royal Rumble countdown where everybody is saying these countdown, but it's only the kids. But then again, right halfway to, I would say, number 16, Kurt Angle. After Kurt Angle, and then you have Scott Dawson. The crowd was pretty much dead for the most part of the match up until, of course, Randy Orton, who was number 35, he got the biggest pop ever out of anybody, But overall, it was pretty solid. My reaction to some of the entrances. Number 1, Daniel Bryan. I feel that I was completely lost of words that Daniel Bryan did enter number 1, because my only concern is if he's going to last much longer because of his previous injury, even though he did came back in the ring. I don't know how he's going to have the strategy, but he did pull it through, especially his bruised up chest that looks so brutal, but at least he did pull it through. Sad that he got eliminated because he was my number 1 pick so far. Dolph Ziggler and Cara Curtis, Axel, I don't care less about them. Mark Henry, that was pretty interesting. He came, and then of course Mike Kanellis, number 6, he got eliminated by Mark Henry under 3 seconds, which, again, rest in peace, Mike Kanellis' push. Again, we already talked about Hiroki Sumi before. Victor, Kofi, Mr. Royal Rumble, having his whole, Royal Rumble moment with him climbing on Xavier Woods. And then, it was good to see Hornswoggle again, especially he trying to live on, I think it was Kofi Kingston, if I'm correct me if I'm wrong or something like that. Him testing the strength to Kofi, that was by far impressive. That he was about to give a suplex to Kofi, but Samoa drop. Yeah, thank you. Sorry, my mind has been fuzzy lately, but it was pretty impressive. But then he got eliminated by Tony Nese, of course. And then so far, I feel that this is just regular standard Royal Rumble matches. Again, a glorified house show. And again, let me talk about real quick about the NXT because I know this video is going to be super long. Like, we're almost an hour and 20 minutes. Tucker Knight, one half of, the Heavy Machinery. I feel that him and Otis Deep, they're probably going to debut after Survivor Series, give or take. So is Roger Strong with the Undisputed Era, because you guys remember Adam Cole did debut on the Royal Rumble earlier this year, and I give my prediction is that him, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick, and possibly Bobby Fish coming back from his ACL injury. They're probably going to debut after Survivor Series. Who knows? Regarding Babatui and Dan Matha, I feel that they're going to be debuting sometime later on this year on NXT TV. I mean, we haven't seen both guys on TV yet, but I feel that Dan Matha probably going to be a standard mid-carder NXT star. I feel like he's going to be competing for possibly the North American title in the future. Babatui, I'm not sure. I mean, it's all about the endless possibility so far. But anywho, cut to the chase. I'm happy that Braun Strowman won. He was my third pick. I was pretty bummed up about Chris Jericho, got eliminated early. I mean, it is what it is. But so far, it just gives a feel-good moment. I was going to be pretty much upset if Big Cass eliminated Braun Strowman because it's just going to create another bigger heat going on. Especially, Big Cass is going to have a match against Daniel Bryan at Backlash, which is going to be, holy crap moment. And I have a feeling that there's probably going to be an interference going on with The Miz. But, anywho, overall, the Greatest Royal Rumble match, it was pretty decent. Not the worst, not the great, but overall decently good. And, surprisingly enough, we have no stars that's doing double duty whatsoever. So, I mean, it's a great way to have an opportunity for, the rest of the main roster guy, even though there's some that is, not there because of injury or political reason. But, it is what it is. Overall, it was good.
Yep. All right. So, I guess we can give our letter grades, and we'll do our plugs. I'm sticking with mine. I gave mine a C-. It was altogether it was a decent show. Yeah, you had some botches here and there. You had some controversy in a match. Am I gonna remember this pay-per-view down the road? Am I gonna watch it again? I doubt I will. I never really watched pay-per-views after, unless I really, really liked it, which is hard to say nowadays. Kyle, what'd you think? What's your grade?
I will give it a C+, which is probably, like I said, it's a little bit worse than WrestleMania for me, but I just think that everybody really won who we expected to win. Maybe we all expected to be Roman to win or something. I don't know. I predicted Brock to retain. But besides the screwy finishes to the 2 world title matches, I think they were okay for what they were, especially since AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. The Greatest Royal Rumble, the right person won, so a lot of the right people won. So that's pretty much why I'm giving it a C+ grade. So what do you think, Cindy?
Well, before I give my letter grade, real quick, Titus O'Neil, you did one hell of a job. My series apology for the botch and all that. However, he did botch on Twitter because after the Greatest Royal Rumble, he did a tweet saying it was at this moment my WWE GGR instead of GRR idea for the Greatest Royal Rumble moment was born. WWE Shop, get that merch ready. I'm about to slide these extra checks right into the bank. So yeah, the shirts are on. It's might be coming very soon. But of course, he did. Not only he botched the entrances, but then he botched the hashtag as well by adding a G instead of an R. But overall, I feel that this is slightly worse than WrestleMania because of some of the botches, especially some of the matches has been too predictable. However, best match of the night, to be quite honest, you guys, would have to be Cena versus Triple H, because it kind of reminds me of a nostalgic NWA matches. And for the worst match, it's coming down to two. One, of course, Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, and the other one would have to be the Bludgeon Brothers versus the Usos. I mean, I was even quite entertained of these matches. It's kind of like a WTF moment. So overall, for that grade, I'm going to give it a solid C, to be quite honest with you. And this is going to be one of the matches, one of the shows that I would completely forget. Hopefully, they're probably going to do it again next year, but maybe in another country. Who knows?
All right. Cool beans, guys. Well, you guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at NoDQ_Big Geoff. Go to Pro Wrestling Tees, get everybody's shirts, get Kyle's shirt, Virtue shirt, the shirt Cindy's wearing, Jeff's shirt, Greg's shirt. Aaron has a deal going on now. The beanies and the beach balls, $28 for both. Email him at nodqmisc@gmail.com. And for me, that is all for Big Geoff. Kyle, your plugs, buddy.
I got a question for everybody here tonight. Who wants to buy this shirt? If you buy this shirt and you take a selfie and tweet it to me, I will post it on my YouTube channel. Free shout out. So do it. It's well worth it. Follow me on Twitter at Interstate Kyle. Subscribe to me on YouTube at Interstate Kyle. I post YouTube videos all over this great country right here. That's all I got. Cindy, close us out.
Well, you guys can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and my YouTube channel at simply_C_OK. YouTube channel, if you're a fan of independent wrestling or other related wrestling content, just follow it through. If you're a fan of digital photo art, just follow me on Instagram as well. Twitter is etc. as well.
All right, guys. As your host, this is Big Geoff, Interstate Kyle, and Cindy G. And we will see the No DQ Galaxy next time.
Cheers.
Peace out.